A dependency is defined as something that is dependent on something else. If we dig a little deeper, we can see that the word dependent means determined or conditioned by another or relying on another for support. In programming, we use the terms dependent and dependency to describe an instance in which a method depends on the functionality of another class, method, interface, or object to execute successfully. Looking at an example, let's create a method that is dependent of the string class. We'll create a static public method with a return type of void, and the method will be called printMessage. The method will take one parameter, and the parameter will be a string object. The contents of the printMessage method will be a simple printline statement that will print whatever string is passed when the method is invoked. To quickly review, since the printMessage method is static, it will not need to be invoked through an object, meaning we can invoke it directly by typing printMessage instead of having to first instantiate an object and then invoking the method through the instantiated object. So let's go ahead and do just that. And within the parentheses, we will include a string. Now when we run the program, this is a message is printed to the console. But more importantly, I'll point out that because the printMessage method requires a string object to run, and the string object can only be created from the string class, we can say that the printMessage method is dependent on the string class. In other words, the string class is a dependency of the printMessage method. The string class can also be described as the supplier, and the printMessage method can be described as the client. If any changes are made to the string class, the printMessage method may or may not still work as designed. Therefore, dependencies should be well thought out and implemented with caution. Looking at one more example, here's a UML diagram of two classes, a student class and a course class. A dotted arrow is used to represent that the student class is dependent on the course class, or the course class is a dependency of the student class. The student class can also be referred to as the client class, and the course class can also be referred to as the supplier class. In this example, we can see a couple methods that are dependent of the string class. The addCourse method of the student class as well as the constructor of the course class. And if we look at the implementation of the addCourse method of the student class, we can see that this method is dependent of the course class since a course object is instantiated within it. As you can see, dependencies are often used in the Java programming language and in object-oriented programming languages in general. While dependencies can assist in efficiency and elegance of your code, improper or unnecessary use of dependencies can have a negative effect on your code. Also, it is important to be aware of any changes made to dependencies, as these changes can cause code to break or introduce unwanted bugs. Note that this video only covers the basics of Java dependencies. Stay tuned for a future Comp Sci Study Advanced Java tutorial series in which dependencies will be covered in greater detail.